One weekend, Kira went to visit a friend. They had known each other for a long time and shared their deepest secrets with each other. So this time, the girls were chatting as usual while drinking tea. The conversation went on smoothly and at ease. Friends were discussing the latest news, vacation plans, cosmetics, and all that. Suddenly, the front door slammed. Susan looked at the hallway and smiled joyfully. A couple of seconds later, her husband showed up in the room. His appearance made it clear that he was in a bad mood. Susan stood up and wanted to kiss her husband, but he suddenly dismissed her. But the girl acted as if she did not notice anything. She just kept smiling and asked her husband kindly what upset him. The man replied harshly, "I don't want to talk about it, don't you see?" Susan just smiled sweetly and shrugged her shoulders. Kira watched everything with outrage. When the man left to the kitchen, Kira asked confused, "Why do you let him treat you like that? It's beyond limits." Susan answered her friend, "Wait, don't rush with conclusions." The girls kept talking, but Kira couldn't get over what she had just witnessed. A few minutes later, Susan's husband appeared in the room again. He clearly calmed down and was even smiling. He walked up to his wife and said gently, "Sorry, I was in a bad mood." Then he turned to Kira. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." Then the man gently kissed his wife and left the room. Kira was confused. She was surprised and said to her friend, "What a change! In just a few minutes. How do you do that?" Susan smiled and answered, "You know, my grandmother once said, there's light in everyone's soul, and we tend to reach for the brightest one." Kira said, laughing. "It's a beautiful example, but there was clearly something wrong with that light in your husband." Then Susan replied, "Yes, you're right. But guess what my grandmother said afterwards? If you meet a soul that went out of its light, shine your light for them, and then it will ignite from inside and shine again." Kira smiled and said to her friend, "You know, some people have been looking for a recipe for happiness all their lives, but they can't find it. And you found it in the simplest thing in the world, in kindness." We all look for people who will bring us light and joy. But let's not forget that for some people, we are the source of that light. This is the greatest happiness.